Welcome back to the Detroit Tigers franchise on MLB the Show 20. I'm your host, longtime listener. Drop a like, subscribe, or comment below as we are going out to Comerica Park where the 22 and 13 Detroit Tigers are going to be hosting the 15 and 20 Texas Rangers, who have had just an absolutely paltry offense so far this year. So Lance Lynn is going to be on the hill for them, and he is going to have to be on his game if they are going to stay in this one, because part of the reason they're going to be in trouble is they are squaring off with the ace for the Detroit Tigers, Matthew Boyd, off to a solid start for them through 7 starts. He's got the whip right around 1, which is very impressive, averaging about 7 innings a start, and has got the ERA just below 3 for the year. And innings like this one are real easy to call as he gets Andrews swinging for the first out, then it's Nick Solak swinging for the second strikeout, and then it's Geraldo Murillo down on strikes swinging. So Matthew Boyd with a perfect first inning as he strikes out the side in order. Then Lance Lynn going to the hill. You saw the numbers there. He is very impressive so far this season, so we might have a pitcher's duel on our hands today. First batter, though, is Travis Jankowski. He draws a walk on 5 pitches. Then it's Cameron Maben, hits a ball deep to left, and this ball is gone. So just like that, it's 2-0. So Matthew Boyd strikes out the side in order, and then Cameron Maben with his 3rd of the year to give the Tigers the early lead as they are out to a 2-0 head start in this one. 2 batters later, it's Bert Kohler. He takes one down the left field line. It stays just fair, goes into the corner, and he's going into second with a stand-up double as he continues to be impressive on the year. Then it's Marwin Gonzalez, just crushes a ball to right field, and it is now 4-0, and we can pretty much just start burning through the highlights in this one. That was his 6th of the year, but on to the second, swinging. Now 2 away, Ronald Guzman looking. Now on to the third. It's Chu swinging. Then it's Tejeda looking. Elvis Andrews looking. On to the 4th. Nick Solak looking. Willie Calhoun. You get the picture. Absolute domination by Matthew Boyd. Now it's in the 4th inning, and the Tigers have a man on for David Bodie, and he's going deep. It is now 6-0 in this one on the second homer of the year for Bodie. And then it's Jason Castro later in the inning. He's going deep. Lance Lynn already out of this ball game, but it is now 7-0. And the way Matthew Boyd is pitching, you kind of get the idea of how this one's going to finish. And we're going to see some more strikeouts from Matthew Boyd as he continues to just have an absolute gem of a day for the Tigers. Through 5 innings, just 1 hit, and he's got 12 strikeouts, I believe, at this stage already. And there's number 13. Elvis Andrews says, "That is enough, guys. Let's get this going." He takes one deep. That's out of here. It's 7-1 now on Andrews' 7th of the year. But that was not going to be a trend that would continue for the Rangers, as Matthew Boyd just goes right back to work with a couple more strikeouts here in the 7th. 15 Ks on the day, and the Tigers end up adding another run late to make it an 8-1 final here in Detroit. This was just never in question. A game where Matthew Boyd was in control all the way. He ends up going 7 1/3, 2 hits, 2 walks, and striking out 15. Lance Lynn just 3 innings of work, gave up 6 hits, a walk, and 6 earned. The Tigers netting 8 hits and 3 walks. Only 8 hits, but they got 8 runs out of it because they managed to, come up with some home runs with guys on base. Only 5 strikeouts on the day. There you see homers for Castro, Gonzalez, Bodie, and Maben. And Tim Meza collecting an inning and 2/3 of good, solid work in relief for the Tigers as they take this one 8-1 in Detroit. We're going to go right back out to more action now as the Tigers are going to be hosting the Houston Astros at Comerica Park. Both these teams sitting with 30 wins in the early going. So some impressive starts out of both of these clubs, as this is going to be a matchup of some good pitching again with Zach Greinke on the hill for the Astros, as you see him getting ready there. And on the hill for the Tigers is reigning Rookie of the Year Jordan Balazovic. He's off to a little bit of a rocky start, but it hasn't been too bad. Nothing to be too concerned about. So you see the numbers there, an ERA at about 4.5. The whip is up just a little bit higher than where you would like it. but this is a guy that they've got a lot of confidence in. And the first batter is Jose Altuve. An 0-2 pitch, that's a slider well off the plate, and he just kind of flares one into right. So a tough way to start things there. They've got a base runner, and then he's taken off for second, and he is in front of the throw for a stolen base. Now later in the at-bat, it's Bregman chasing a slider off the plate. That's the first out of the inning, first strikeout for Balazovic. Then Yordan Alvarez, ground ball to first. Kohler able to corral that and step on the bag for the second out. Then it's Correa on a 1-0 pitch. This ball was hittable, but he lifts a fly to right that would come up just short of the wall, and that's going to do it for the Astros in their half of the first. Zach Greinke going to the hill. He has been outstanding for the Astros, 7-1 in 9 starts this year with the ERA below 2, the WHIP at 1.1. And this is a guy that was an absolute innings eater for them last year, and he's doing it again for them this year. Starting things off is Travis Jankowski. Is Greinke able to field his position well, gets to that one, throws him out at first to retire the first out of the ball game. And it's Cameron Maybin, can't catch up to a fastball up and in. That's 2 down, first strikeout for Greinke. Now Michael Brantley on a 2-1 pitch goes the other way. They were playing him to pull, and this ball is going to get down in the corner and bounce over the wall for a ground roll double. So a runner in scoring position and 2 away for Bert Kohler. He hits the ball hard into left field, but it's right at the left fielder. Tough break there as the Tigers go scoreless in their half of the first. Balazovic back out there now. George Springer leading off, hits the ball up the middle. Diving try by Sheldon Neuse. It reflects off of him and kicks out into right field, so they're not going to have a play, but the real problem is that Neuse is up with back spasms and going to have to leave the ball game. Nico Goodrum into play second base. Now a runner on first and nobody out, and here's Christian Walker chasing a 2-seam in off the plate under his hands for the first out, second strikeout for Balazovic. Next batter is Kyle Tucker, and he hits one to first. Weird play here as Kohler apparently stepped on the bag, throws to second. Well, the shortstop didn't realize it and throws it back to first instead of making the easy tag for the double play. Now with 2 away, gets the ground ball to short, though, to get out of the inning as Gonzalez backhands that and throws him out. So we are scoreless as we head to the bottom of the second. 1 away in the inning for Marwin Gonzalez. He gets a pitch to hit here. Nice play, though, by the only man on the other side of the infield as they had the shift on there. That's the second out. Then Jason Castro, 3-2 pitch, is down and in for ball 4. So they've got a base runner with 2 away. And it's Harold Castro now. Gets a pitch that he was kind of looking for, but swings right through it anyway, and that would end the inning. Second strikeout for Greinke, and we're scoreless through 2. See the numbers there for the Tigers in terms of pitching. They've been very solid in most categories, but the home runs are up a little bit, so you'd like to see that come down, and if it does, then they're in really good shape because usually those other numbers will come down with it. So in any case, that's something to just kind of keep an eye out for. Starting things off is Maldonado. He takes a changeup right down the middle. Not sure what he was looking for there. That's the third K for Balazovic. Then it's Altuve hitting one back up the middle. Gonzalez on the run, spin throw to first and gets him. Nice play there for the second out of the inning. Then it was Alex Bregman on a 1-1 pitch. Just kind of fists one out into right field. Was jammed on that, but that's down for a 2-out single. Then Alvarez hits one hard, but Kohler able to glove that and go to the bag for the final out of the inning. We go to the bottom of the third. It is still scoreless here as the Tigers have Nico Goodrum leading things off, and he hits a ball up the middle. This ball is going to go all the way over the head of George Springer out there in center, and Goodrum can run, so he is going to get all the way into third with a leadoff triple, and the Tigers are in business. And Nico Goodrum had 3 triples coming into this ball game, so that one there is going to put him into a 3-way tie for the American League lead in that category, so that's good to see. Next batter is Travis Jankowski. He takes one into center field, and that's going to get down for an RBI single. Still nobody out, and Jankowski at first, and he's got really good speed. So the Tigers definitely got something going here. Next batter, Cameron Maybin. He's going into right field for a base hit. Now first and second. Still nobody out, and Greinke in some trouble now. Then it's Michael Brantley. 2-1 pitch to him is a fastball. He hits this thing hard, but unfortunately right at Correa for the first out. Then it's Bert Kohler. He hits a dribbler in front of the plate. So one guy hits it hard and is out. Then Kohler hits it 4 feet and ends up on first with a base hit. And now the bases are loaded, and it's David Bodie. He hits the ball hard, and it's going to be a double play as it goes 4-6-3 for the double play to end the threat. So the Tigers get one, but it could have certainly been a whole lot worse. There's the first batter in the fourth is Correa going down swinging at a slider for the fourth K for Blazovic. They would go scoreless. Now in the bottom of the fourth, Gonzalez again hitting it to the only guy on that side of the infield, and he's retired there. And two batters later, it's Castro, Mr. Singles himself, hits one in front of Josh Reddick in right for a base hit. So a two-out base runner again for the Tigers. Then it's Nico Goodrum. Just a routine ground ball over to second. Altuve handles that, and that will do it. So it is 1-0 through 4 here at Comerica Park as Blazovic is pitching well, so we'll see if he can keep it going. That's a good start there as the first batter in the fifth is down on strikes for the fifth K for Blazovic. Two batters later, it's Maldonado again staring at a changeup for strike 3. That's the second time he's done that. And Blazovic is scoreless through 5 with 6 Ks and just 3 hits allowed in this one. Now on to the bottom of the fifth. First batter is Jankowski. He's way out in front of that just, high looping curve that Greinke throws to just kind of get hitters off of their timing. Then two batters later, it's Michael Brantley, draws a 4-pitch walk, and it's another two-out base runner for the Tigers. Bert Kohler hits the ball hard just over the glove of Correa as he continues to hit the ball extremely well this season for the Tigers, and it's now first and second, 2 away. And David Bodie gets a pitch to hit, hits it deep to right field, but just missed that one. It's going to be caught for the final out of the inning. So through 5, it is 1-0 with the Astros bringing their top of the order due up in the 6th. First batter Altuve, he draws a 6-pitch walk as he watches the slider off the corner there with a full count. Then it's Alex Bregman, hits a ball hard right at Kohler. He makes the catch and tags Altuve trying to dive back. So that's a double play on a very hard hit ball. Blazovic pitch count getting up there. His command is starting to slip a little bit, but he's able to get through the 6th here, still scoreless. We go on to the bottom of the 6th with 2 down now. It's Harold Castro with another single. So again, the Tigers with a 2-out base runner. They're getting a lot of hits and getting guys on base, but they're doing a lot of it with 2 down in the inning. Next batter, Nico Goodrum hits one off of Greinke. That ricochets out into right field. It's first and second now, 2 away. And Greinke's at 102 pitches already in this ball game, and that ball hit him pretty hard. So wouldn't be surprised to see them go to the bullpen regardless, but Greinke is telling them to stay over there. He wants to stay in the ball game. So we'll see if that comes back to bite him as they do leave him in. Next batter is Jankowski. He takes one down the left field line. That's fair. 1 run will score. It's an RBI double, so the Tigers rally this inning with 2 away to put a run up, make it 2-0, and now they are going to turn to the bullpen as they are calling for the lefty. Greinke pitched well, but unfortunately the Tigers just able to get the ball in play often enough to make things tough for him. And Kent Emanuel coming in relief. This guy throws just batting practice speed stuff. I think his 4-seamer sits around like 85 miles an hour, so a serious change of pace regardless of who was pitching before him. And the first batter is Maven. He hits one hard, but right at Bregman for the final out. Now on to the 7th. First batter is Carlos Correa, and that ball was crushed. Michael Brantley did not even flinch in left field, as that is Correa's 13th of the year, 393 feet. The distance wasn't super impressive, but the way that ball was hit, you could just tell that there was no question it was going to be gone. It was a line drive and out of here in a hurry. So 2-1 now. Blazovic staying out there, and he gets a ground ball to short for the next out. That was George Springer. Then it's Christian Walker. He hits a pitch to hit here and hits one hard into right field, but that's going to be right at Castro out there in right field. And that's going to do it, though, for Blazovic. He's pitching well, but he's kind of starting to lose a little bit of his command, and Rodden Gardenhire sees it. He's going to the bullpen. Turning to left-hander Tim Meza, who has pitched very well for the Tigers so far this season. You see the numbers there across 19 appearances, the ERA at 2.7. And the first batter he faces, Kyle Tucker, 2 away in the inning already, and he goes down on strikes. But the Astros able to get on the board, though, as it is now 2-1 as we head to the stretch. David Bodie now with 2 down in the inning. He gets a curveball down and in, takes it down the left field line. It stays fair into the corner, and he would get into second with a 2-out double, another 2-out base runner for the Tigers. Now they're going to pitch around, or actually just intentionally walk Marwin Gonzalez to set up the force play with 2 down. And the Tigers now are going to turn to Jake Rogers off the bench instead of having the lefty-lefty matchup with Jason Castro. And he hits the ball too short. That's going to be handled. It's a 6-4 put out to end the inning, as now we go to the top of the 8th. Arodys Vizcaino on in relief for the Tigers. He has been strong out of the bullpen for them so far this year. The walks are a little bit of an issue, but he's been dynamite otherwise. One away in the inning here as he gets Martin Maldonado for another strikeout. That's the third K of the day for him. Now, 1-0 pitch to Jose Altuve is a slider down and away, and he just goes down and gets it. You can't blame Vizcaino for this one. That's the 15th of the year for Altuve, 353 feet, but it really was not a bad pitch. But nonetheless, we are now tied at 2 as this crowd is just stunned. You look where this pitch was. Again, it wasn't a bad one. Altuve just kind of goes down and gets it. That's just really good professional hitting from a professional hitter. Now 2 away in the inning, it's Alex Bregman, lifts one high to center field as that would be caught with no trouble. And we will go to the bottom of the 8th, now tied at 2 as Altuve has tied this thing in the 8th. Lawrence Walker off the bench to pinch hit now, as he has been swinging a really hot bat for the Tigers this year. Emmanuel's still out there for the Astros throwing batting practice stuff. You see 86-mile-an-hour fastball there, but Walker gets under it. That's the first out. Then it's Nico Goodrum. That's a 79-mile-an-hour sinker low out of the zone to put him on the base on balls, and he's got speed. There he goes as Jankowski watches the curveball low, and Goodrum is into second with a stolen base. Full count now for Jankowski. He pulls one over to the right side. That's going to be a put out at first for the second out, but Goodrum over to third now with 2 away. And the Tigers going to go to the bench again here as they are going to bring C.J. Cron on to pinch hit with 2 down, giving them the matchup that they want. He's been hitting the ball pretty well so far this season, 10 home runs already, but he misses this one, and that is going to have us tied now through 8 innings, 2-2 as we go to the 9th. Heart of the order due up for the Astros. Tigers going to put this on Franklin Perez in the 9th inning. He's a guy that was kind of on the roster because he didn't have any minor league options available, and he starts things off with a walk to Alvarez. That wasn't a bad pitch, though, 3-2. Tough to lay off a changeup down there. Then he gets Carlos Correa swinging at a slider down out of the zone for the first out. Then it's George Springer. Curve in the dirt. Gets away from Rogers, but not too far. Close play at second, but good base running there from Alvarez to advance on the wild pitch. So runner in scoring position now, and here's Springer later in the at-bat. Ground ball to second. Goodrum has that one over to first for the second out. And now it's 2 away for Christian Walker. First pitch. He's swinging and rolls one over to the third baseman. That's going to go down as a 5-3, and we go to the bottom of the 9th, still tied, and heart of the order due up for the Tigers. Michael Brantley starting things off. Lefty on lefty, but he goes down the left field line against the shift, and that is going to be a leadoff double for Michael Brantley. So troubled now for the Astros. They're going to turn to Ross Stripling out of the bullpen. He's been very good for them this year. And he is going to have to square off against the 4, 5, and 6 hitters for the Tigers. Bert Kohler first up. He hits one into right field. That's going to move Brantley over to third. Still nobody out and runners on the corners, and all they need is 1 run. Next up is David Bodie. He pops one up, a 2-0 curve that was just hanging, and he misses this one. That's going to be caught for the first out. Then it's Marwin Gonzalez with the infield drawn halfway. He hits that past Carlos Correa into center field, and the Tigers are going to win this one 3-2 in walk-off fashion. A big win for them as they had a lot of chances to score runs throughout this game and eventually pull it out in the bottom of the 9th. Nice win for them. Nico Goodrum, player of the game honors, was 2 for 3 with a triple. Perez gets the win with his 1 inning of scoreless work, and Kent Emanuel did a pretty good job out of the bullpen but saddled with the loss. 14 hits and 4 walks for the Tigers, just 3 strikeouts, 3 hits for Bert Kohler as he continues to stroke. And the bullpen did a very good job for the Tigers. You know, Vizcaino saddled with a blown save, but he actually pitched pretty well for them in this one. So that's going to do it. Tigers taking this one 3-2 at Comerica Park. Before we wrap this episode, we're going to look at some standings and statistics around the league. So we'll give you a look at where things stand most of the way through May. The Tigers sitting at 34-20. They are 4 games up in the American League Central, so a really solid start for them. The Twins and Royals right there in it. The White Sox a little bit disappointing, just 1 game over 500 and 6.5 back in the division. And the Indians 17-36, 16.5 back. That is just not very normal for them. The Yankees tied with the Rays atop the East, with the Red Sox still in it. The Astros are in first place with the A's 6 games back, and disappointing year for the defending World Series champion Angels, as they are 5 games below 512 back. A little early in the wild card to really be talking about that race, so we'll look at the National League. As in the NL East, it's the Washington Nationals, 4.5 games up on the Mets, with the Phillies and Braves still kind of hanging in there. The American League Central, the Pirates are in first place, just 1 game over 500, so that division is just an absolute mess. Just yuck all around in that one. The Dodgers in first place again in the West. They are 38-16. The Rockies are 32-20, so another solid year for them, as they are 5 games back in the West. And then again, the wild card picture is still a little bit early to talk about, but the Rockies and Mets sitting in position for those playoff tickets. League leaders in the American League, Bert Kohler, the rookie, hitting .374, leading the way in the race for the batting title, so very impressive for him. In terms of hits, he is also first. Home runs, it's Xander Bogaerts with 19 leading the way. RBIs, also Bogaerts with 53. There's Bert Kohler with 40, tied for 4th, so impressive again from him. Altuve with 16 steals is leading the way. Jankowski with 11. Carlos Santana, 37 walks. I only really show you that because Bert Kohler has 11, or is 11th with 29, as he just continues to impress. In on-base percentage, there's Bert Kohler tops in the league in that, not even close really. Aaron Judge, 709 slugging is the best. OPS is Judge as well, and there's Bert Kohler, 3rd in the American League in OPS as a 21-year-old rookie. Wins, James Paxton has 9, which is best in the American League, and Matthew Boyd with 7, so he's right up there. Tyler Duffy with 18 saves is tops in the AL. Chris Sale, 1.47 ERA, very impressive. Matthew Boyd at 2.54 is good for 9th in the American League. Lucas Giolito with 101 strikeouts is first in the American League, with Matthew Boyd at 83 and 6th. Zach Greinke, 81 innings pitched, is best in the league, with Matthew Boyd at 78, so he is having a heck of a season for the Tigers. Frankie Montas with a .98 whip, and there's Matthew Boyd again in 3rd. Chris Sale has the best WAR in the league. There's Boyd sitting at 6th in that category, and Xander Bogaerts, 4.1, tops in the AL, and Bert Kohler is 7th in that category. There's Nolan Arenado in the National League leading the batting title race. Miguel Sano with 16 home runs, good for the tops there. Nolan Arenado with 49 RBIs. Bellinger has the slugging percentage on tops of the league along with OPS. And Corey Kluber is 8 wins already on the year. Brandon Morrow, 19 saves. Marquez with a 1.32 ERA. That is extremely impressive. There's Mitch Keller sitting in 3rd. He's a young guy that, remember, we roughed up last year, so good to see him pitching well for the Pirates. Strikeouts is Jack Flaherty with 98. There's Marquez with 82 innings pitched, ahead of the workhorse Clayton Kershaw, who continues to log a ton of innings for the Dodgers. A lot of impressive whips on this list, but .78 from Marquez is just lights out. That is super impressive for anybody, especially in Colorado. So Walker Buehler tops in the WAR category, and Nolan Arenado has it in the offensive numbers. Elvis Vizcaino was having a great year for the Tigers before going out for the season. Bert Kohler still extremely impressive so far on the year. We really have a lot of impressive numbers here. You see Nueze pushing 1,000 in that category in OPS. Michael Brantley having a solid year, starting to hit the ball very well. Nico Goodrum got off to a really hot start, has cooled down, but he's still doing extremely well for us relative to expectations. David Bodie having a solid year. C.J. Cron was just on fire early on, but has cooled down, but I'll take 10 home runs from him already. Jake Rogers having a solid year. Marwin Gonzalez has cooled off a little bit, but he's doing okay. Castro doing okay. Lawrence Walker starting to cool off. Travis Jankowski is doing okay. He's starting to heat up a little bit actually. Castro right about where you would expect him, and then Maven at the bottom. A 709 OPS is not terrible, but if his average comes up, then we'll really like what we're getting out of him. But all in all, those numbers are really impressive for the Tigers. In pitching numbers, you see there before we dig into this that Casey Mize is on the list here as he's going to get his major league debut next episode, so keep an eye out for that. But as we talked about already, Matthew Boyd having just an absolutely outstanding season. Not going to spend a whole lot of time there, but Xiaoqing Chang having a very solid year. The whip is right where you'd want it. Tony Watson doing well. Arodys Vizcaíno doing well. Tim Meza doing well. Jordan Balazovic pitched very well in his last outing, but the ERA is still a little bit inflated. Daniel Norris has been solid. Jordan Hicks has been pretty good, but would like to see him bring the walks down. That's got him in trouble a little bit so far this season. Spencer Turnbull has struggled, which is part of the reason why we called up Mize. We're going to give him a shot and move Turnbull to the bullpen for the time being. Alexander has been bad, as has Perez and Jimenez so far this season. But guys, that's going to do it for us this episode. I appreciate you watching. Definitely tune in next time as we're actually going to have the draft in one episode, and then we will have Casey Mize's Major League debut. But drop a like, subscribe, comment below, and we will see you all next time.